So why Certified English from the Chartered Institute of Linguists? Well, of course, the Chartered Institute of Linguists has existed for over 100 years, and our purpose is to promote the use of languages around the world, and in particular to promote the use of second languages and indeed multilingual skills, because we think they're incredibly important for understanding other cultures, understanding other ways of living, and they meet our motto, our founding purpose, in fact, which is to create universal understanding. And English is such an important language around the world that we felt it was really important that we made a supportive offer and offered a test in that space as well. So Don, when we think about the English language, why is it so important, you think, for people to have command of English in the present day?
Well, I mean, English has become the lingua franca of the world. In just about any country that you're in, you will need to be able to speak English, both with people in England and the US, but also with people speakers of other languages, where it becomes a language by which you communicate in science, in academia, in business. English has just become the language of communication.
And that's a crucial thing to say, isn't it? Because English doesn't belong to any one country or any one group of people. English is now an international phenomenon, and very often its main purpose is for two second language speakers of English to communicate. So it's the language they have in common. So in many ways it's become less important whether English is your first language. What's more important is that English is a language which enables you to communicate with other second language speakers.
That's exactly right, and not only in business and professional life, we're also seeing this in academia, in universities all around the world, particularly master's degrees and all kinds of degrees are being taken now with English as the medium of instruction, and these language skills are absolutely key. There's if you look at job descriptions all around the world, the requirement for English is everywhere.
And of course, we as an organisation would always promote bilingualism and multilingualism, and indeed appreciation and knowledge of other languages, indeed as many languages as a person can manage. All languages at all levels, at all ages and stages of life are valuable, but we have to acknowledge that the English language is particularly useful for people who want to go out into the world and communicate, and therefore really, really important to promote our mission, universal understanding.
Well, I think the English language has been a lingua franca, obviously, for a very, very long time. Whether or not it will stay that way, I'm not sure. I love the fact that English is now more in the hands of non-native speakers than it is in the hands of native speakers, and that actually the future is very much with those international delegates and other people who use English as a second or third language. And I think they are very safe hands, and I really look forward to seeing what will happen there. But, I think also non-native speakers bring their own understanding and their own sympathies and their own passions that perhaps as native speakers we take for granted.
So Don, what is Certified English?
Well, John, the Certified English Speaking Test from CIOL is for advanced speakers of English as a second or additional language, and it offers them the opportunity to prove their English skills according to international standards and CIOL's own language level frameworks. By taking the test, you can prove you meet the standard to be a CIOL professional English speaker. So, John, who is the Certified English Speaking Test for?
Well, the Certified English Speaking Test is excellent for people who are confident in their English, have good English skills, and who also want to work with their English and demonstrate to potential employers or indeed their existing employers just how good their English is. So it's great for people who are working in international business, in professions, in universities, in schools, in a wide range of environments. In fact, hard to think of a place where the English language isn't a valuable skill. But in all of those environments, you can demonstrate with Certified English just how good your English is. So Dom, how does Certified English actually work? How is the test taken?
Okay, well, the test is taken online on Microsoft Teams, a platform we've tested around the world, and you take it. You can take it from the comfort of your own home or any suitable quiet location. And the format is very simple. You're speaking with a CIOL expert interviewer, and you start off with an introduction section. You then are asked to give a brief presentation, a spoken presentation on a topic of your choice from a selection that is offered to you. After your presentation, there's a human interaction Q&A discussion section.
Is the test actually marked?
Well, each test is recorded for marking purposes, and once you've taken your test, it's sent to a CIOL expert English assessor for marking. They review the video and provide us with the marks, and then there may be moderation processes there as well, and after that you receive your results within 10 working days. One other thing to add is there's no preparation required for the test. It's a test of your language skills. You might want to brush up, speaking English if you can, but there's no sort of specific topic or vocabulary preparation required.
So Dom, from the point where someone decides they want to take certified English, how long do they have to wait?
It's actually incredibly easy, John. So you can book your test online. You just need to give 2 working days notice, and you can book it in UK office hours anytime between 8:30 in the morning in the UK and 6 p.m. UK time, Monday through Friday, and that excludes public holidays, but essentially you can always book a slot within a few days time. It's also very quick in terms of getting your marking. You will, once your test is recorded and sent to the assessor, you will receive your marks back within 10 working days. And if you do outstandingly well, receive your professional level English speaking designation.
Fantastic. And in terms of those time slots, obviously UK time is comparatively helpful for people who are potentially taking the test in the Americas or in East Asia, because there are slots which overlap with time zones pretty much around the world.
That's right. One of the great fortunes of being in London is we can cross over the whole of the world in terms of time zones, and of course, as you say, if you're in Asia, you'll be looking to book a UK morning slot, and if you're in South America, for example, you'll be looking to book a slot in the UK afternoon times.
So Dom, if I'm someone who's got good English, why should I be interested in taking CIOL Certified English Test?
Well, there could be any number of reasons, John. You could work for an international company, a university, NGO, maybe looking for a new role in terms of your work career using English. And by taking the Certified English Speaking Test, you have a way to demonstrate, to prove the outstanding spoken English language skills that you have, and further your career.
And also, I imagine, quite useful at conferences or with delegations. So if you're about to take on something that is maybe a bit more stretching or challenging, if you have the confidence that comes with knowing your English has been recognised, that's going to help.
Absolutely, John. And what we see very often with language learning is people have jagged profiles, so they may be much stronger at reading and writing, but struggle with the spoken English, and especially human interaction as well. And this is a key thing both for professionals and for employers who are looking for people who are able to communicate in spoken language. And so this is a simple way of taking a test from the comfort of your own home and demonstrating those language skills for you and for your employers.
Great. And also, I think something we'll all know, those of us who speak second languages, is that confidence is a big thing. So at the moment, when you step out onto a stage or a meeting convenes, or you meet a group of people, an international delegation, sometimes the confidence can just dip a little bit. And if you know you've got proven English skills and you have the certification to prove it, then I think that will just give people that extra bit of confidence, which gets them straight into performing at their best.
That's exactly right, John, and that's what we've seen from test candidates already who've taken the test, and it's given them that boost when they're interacting, knowing that they hit that C1 CIOL professional English speaker standard, and they can interact with confidence in professional settings.
Terrific. Who do you think would not be successful or might find it too difficult?
Well, certainly if you're a beginner, John, learning English, then the test is not for you. It's designed for working level English. We use our own language framework, which has a limited working English grade, followed by the higher designations for working English and professional English. If you're familiar with the Common European Framework, the CEFR for languages, that's the starting point of B1, B2 for the first working level designation, and C1 or above for the professional English speaker designation. So beginners know, as you're advancing, then you can start to consider the test.
And I guess the key test in your own mind is, would I be able to do a job of work in English? And really that's the base level. Being able to work proficiently in English or spoken English is what we're seeking to test and advance here. So a big question for people will be, how much does this certified English test cost? And we've really gone out of our way to try to make this affordable. The mission and the purpose of the Chartered Institute of Linguists is to encourage people to develop and use their languages. That's what we're here for. So we've really gone out of our way to make this affordable. How much exactly is it, Dom?
So John, the CIOL Certified English Speaking Test is available for £105 for the human assessed test.